Carthage College Redmen and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Before we begin tonight's game, we ask at this time that you all please rise and face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's starting lineup's first four, the visiting Redmen of Carthage. 6'3" junior number 5, Ellis Matthews. 6'4" sophomore number 20, Mike Stevenson. 5'11" senior number 21, Dante Logan. 6'6" senior number 22, Cameron Van White. And 6'4" freshman number 25, Brad Cruz. The Redmen are coached by Moscow Jerichovic, and tonight's game with an overall record of 5-8.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From R.A. Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College in Elmhurst, Illinois, I'm Tim Calderwood, and this is Blue Jay TV. Tonight, the nationally ranked Elmhurst College men's basketball team takes to the floor for the first time since entering the D3Hoops.com Top 25. Despite a 2-point loss at Augustana, Elmhurst slotted 22nd in this week's poll. The Blue Jays, one of 3 CCIW programs ranked, that Augustana squad, which upended Elmhurst on Saturday, number 1 right now. 24 of the 25 first place votes. So obviously the voters seeing that loss as a very respectable loss for Elmhurst and allowing the Blue Jays to enter and Illinois Wesleyan to drop out, despite Illinois Wesleyan finishing 2-0 last week and Elmhurst with that 1-1 mark by virtue of the loss to Augie. Starting 5 for Carthage in the red, moving left to right, as we already have a quick whistle. It's Ellis Matthews, a 6'3" junior guard. Mike Stevenson, a 6'4" sophomore forward. Dante Logan, a 5'11" senior guard. Cameron Van Wyk, a 6'6" senior forward. And Brad Cruz, a 6'4" junior guard, or 6'4" freshman guard, I should say. Bosco Jerichovic, the head coach at Carthage, 5'8", 1-2 overall. Logan lobs it in. And Matthews dribbles left and floats it home for the first points of the ball game. Ellis Matthews, a junior from Libertyville, Illinois. Carthage roster featuring only 2 freshmen. Very small recruiting class this year as far as impact guys goes. Wiest turns around in response for Elmhurst. Elmhurst in the white, it's Pat Coleman, a junior guard. Kyle Wiest, a junior guard as well. Bryant Ackerman, a junior guard. Brandon Schwebke, 6'4" junior forward. And Will Nixon, the 6'7" junior in the post. Van Wyk tries unsuccessfully to toss it home. Coleman comes away. Around a screen from Nixon. Schwebke into the lane for Nixon. Handing off to Schwebke. He'll try the right side. Score it, +1. Mike Stevenson with the foul. That is his first and the first on the Redmen. Brandon Schwebke, the junior from Belvidere, Illinois, averaging a touch under 5 points per ball game. Entered his way into the starting lineup and delivers here as Elmhurst holds a 5-2 advantage. Stevenson looking to answer too strong. Schwebke right there in on the act defensively. Elmhurst has not lost at home this season. The 12-2 record includes an unblemished mark here at home. 7-0. Wiest connects. 4 points from Wiest as he showcases the mid-range game. A 7-2 Elmhurst lead. Carthage lost to Illinois Wesleyan last Wednesday. Trailed just by a point midway through the second half. But a 23-12 spurt for Illinois Wesleyan put the game out of reach. Dante Logan provides a second opportunity. And making the most of it is Stevenson with the triple. Out comes Ackerman, he'll work. Flipping for Wiest, resetting. Almost a 4-in-1 outlook for Elmhurst. Nixon beats his man, but has it knocked away. And hands in the passing lane for the Blue Jays as well, slowing it up. Again, Elmhurst in the top 25. Only non-conference loss was to Albion, 64-56 on the road. And then a 2-point slender defeat on Saturday at Augie, 58-56. A carry will hand it back to Elmhurst. That Augie game was one for the ages between Elmhurst and Augustana. Elmhurst went toe-to-toe with Augie. 18 lead changes and 8 ties, including 14 changes in the final 14 minutes of action. Gives you an idea of how close that contest was. Here's Nixon in the lane. A 9-5 edge. Stevenson met by Schwebke. Now it's Logan with Coleman on him defensively. Shot clock down to 10. Around the arc we go. Into the corner, 3 on the way. In and out on the Matthews attempt. Coleman looks to run. Ackerman in the corner will slow it down. One of the things about this Elmhurst squad, Blue Jays so good in transition as well as in the half-court game. Ackerman clears it out, throws it away. Cruz the steal, leads a 2-on-1 to Logan, who finishes. Get a look at the takeaway from Cruz, and the bucket in transition. 15:40 to play first half. It's Elmhurst by 2. Was at one point a 7-2 advantage for Elmhurst. Wiest open, 4-3, bingo. His defender, Cruz, stuck up in traffic. You can see him try and scramble there. He forgot about Wiest. The leading scorer for Elmhurst at over 15 points per ball game. Carthage leads the all-time series between these two, 80-51. But over the past 10 seasons, that is a much different story, as both teams own 10 wins over the last 20 affairs. That includes a split last season. And Wiest trying again. It's Nixon with a rebound, and he's obstructed. We have a timeout on the floor. It is a full timeout taken by Elmhurst with 14:48 to play in this first half. We'll break. Elmhurst leads by 3 on Blue Jay TV. Take a look at the early numbers in this one. Elmhurst with a 12-9 lead on the scoreboard. The Blue Jays 5 of 6 from the field to start tonight. 83%. Carthage, meanwhile, 4 out of 9. Each team has split 2 attempts from bonus distance. Fresh 35 for Elmhurst as Wiest looks to inbound. The officials, for the most part, have let this one go so far. Eric Anderson, Bill Nikitas, Brian Fitzgerald. The officiating crew is assigned by the CCIW. Matthews with his hands in the passing lane, rips it away, and he is fouled on his way to the hole by Bryant Ackerman. Tell you what, Carthage does a good job defensively. They always have hands in the lane to see what you just saw moments ago, which is at the very least get fingertips and change the trajectory. Ellis Matthews with a free throw. First sub of the contest, it is Nathan Rogers for Elmhurst. Carthage, a 63% shooting team from the line. Eric Crittenden on as well. Matthews 10 of 12 from there this season, 83%. And he's perfect on a pair, bringing Carthage within a single point at 12-11. Wiest will bring it up the floor for Elmhurst. One of the big stats to keep your eye on is, of course, the glass. Carthage rebounded by almost 2 per ball game. Good look for Wiest on the bounce pass from Crittenden, just couldn't finish. On the flip side, Elmhurst is almost +7 on the glass. So that is a huge, huge key in this contest. Right now it's Elmhurst with a 4-2 lead on the glass, and Carthage, though, taking the lead for the first time since it was 2-0. 13-12 and a foul. Bosco Jurakovic on his feet. Wanted to know what was going on. Kenny Payonk enters. Bosco continues to plead his case, the longtime Carthage coach. Very successful at both Carthage and North Park, his other CCIW stop. .14 even on the clock. Elmhurst down a point. Crittenden steps out, skips it for Payonk at the elbow. Back out is Wiest. Plenty of time to work with. They'll utilize the baseline and zip it around the perimeter. Now it's Rogers' baseline drive off the glass, too strong. Payonk is there. His second attempt won't go, and 3 red jerseys fight for the board. It is corralled by Van Wyk. Cruz into a double team. Clears out. Matthews for three. Indeed. Second three-pointer for Carthage and a 4-point edge at 16-12. Coleman into a crowd. Jump stop. Off the window, no. And Logan with the rebound for Carthage. Cruz on the move and a walk. The Red Men have not used a substitution of yet. Peyton Wyatt is on for Elmhurst. As Mitch McLaughlin comes on. McLaughlin is the 11th to enter the game for Elmhurst. This is a deep Blue Jay squad as well. And that's only going to pay off as the conference season progresses. Up next for Elmhurst, back-to-back road games and a big one on this Saturday at North Central, 7 o'clock Saturday night. Wiest from 19 connects. North Central with a huge contest tonight, hosting Augustana, so the Cardinals ranked number 9 in the nation. And Augustana, as I mentioned, number 1. Battle of top 10 squads there. What a job by Logan, drawing the crowd and spotting the open Van Wyck for the easy two. Seeing some great ball movement from both sides here early. Crittenden outside the paint. Couldn't loop it into the hole. Chasing down the board is Matthews. Logan with a quick outlet. In transition, Stevenson denied, but there to pick it up is Cruz, and he's fouled as well. Carthage with numbers. The help defense came over, but did not identify Cruz, who was easily able to score. And we'll have a timeout on the floor with 11:45 to play in the first. Carthage up by 6, 20-14. Elmhurst in the top 25 for the first time this season, trailing in their first contest as a ranked squad on Blue Jay TV. I'm Tim Calderwood in Elmhurst, Illinois. Elmhurst 2-1 in conference action, hosting Carthage tonight. In the other big matchup, Augustana and North Central tangling. It's the matchup of the only 2 unbeaten squads in conference play early on. It's very rare that you see a team who can run through the CCIW slate with a 14-0 or 13-1 type year. Oftentimes, the conference will beat up on each other. You'll see a conference champ with 3, sometimes even 4 losses. Elmhurst has taken a pair of timeouts already. Kyle Wiest will head to the stripe following the foul on Van Wyck. His first, the third on the Red Men. 2 shots coming for Wiest. Near perfect at the line this year, 91%. Elmhurst at 73% as a squad. Carthage, meanwhile, headed to the bench for the first time. Kiston Lee entered during the timeout. Ryan Case and Sean Valentine join Ellis Matthews and Dante Logan. For Elmhurst, the 5 featuring Peyton Wyatt, Mitch McLaughlin, Kyle Wiest, Kenny Payonk, and Eric Crittenden. 11 and a half to go in this opening 20 minutes of play. 20-16, Elmhurst trailing. Here's Lee, driving and dumping. Back to Lee on the baseline, stutter step. And with 15 to work, Carthage resets. Logan around a screen, has it knocked away. Recovered by Valentine. Down to 5. Here's Lee against Crittenden, denied. Shot clock at 3. And Carthage doesn't know it. It's going to be a shot clock violation. That's poor communication. Inside of 11 to go. Payonk, nope. Logan steps back. Matthews dribbles in. Contested, he still found a way to bury the 17-footer. Crittenden against Valentine and a foul. So to the free throw line heads Eric Crittenden. He's 37 of 49 from there this season, averaging almost 12 points per ball game. Missed a contest with an injury, has played in 13 of the 14 this year. Only 5 of those as a starter, so providing some huge punch off the bench at almost 12 a night, which ranks second on the squad. And we've got a foul. It's on Mitch McLaughlin. That is his second. Past the midpoint of the first, Logan surrounded. Valentine able to help out, and he has it ripped away. Chris Pirelli with the takeaway. And it stays with Elmhurst. Wyatt tries the 3 off the inbound. Friendly roll. Elmhurst within a point. That's the second triple for the Blue Jays here in the first half of action. Lee waiting, drawing Crittenden away from the bucket. This combination has been very productive for Elmhurst on the floor. And a hold called. Chris Pirelli with his first foul. Pirelli, a freshman from Geneva. Valentine will head to the line. Quick foul on Pirelli. That is his second. Sean Valentine has made 1 start this season. 10 of 13 at the line as he delivers. Touch under 3 points per ball game. And he's good on the pair. Back to a 3-point lead at 24-21. And a travel from McLaughlin. John Baines changing the defensive alignment. And Eric Crittenden heading towards the bench. Looks like the official may have spotted some blood on him. And that is indeed what happens here. Returning is Brandon Schwebke in his stead. Break out the towel and try and clean off the jersey. Would not want to be the equipment manager with the white unis. I'm going to deal with red blood on them. What color is there besides red blood, right? I think we have an offensive foul. Certainly appears to be the call. It is. Ryan Case with his first. Miles Olson off the bench. Each team with 6 fouls as we hit 8.5 to go in the first. Elmhurst can tie it with a 3. Perilli slings for Payonk. Strong to the hole and finishes. Good take by Kenny Payonk with the ball in his hand. And a takeaway. McLaughlin the steal to Wyatt for the lead. Elmhurst back in front. 25-24, timeout Carthage. Look at the hands of McLaughlin in for the steal. Knew he had 2 trailers, and it was Peyton Wyatt with the finish as Elmhurst retakes the lead at 25-24. 8 minutes even to go in the half. A 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Glad to have you alongside. Can't get more even than what we have right now. Each team is 9 of 16 from the floor, translating into 56.3%. Both squads are also 2 of 3 from three-point range. Carthage right now with a 9-6 advantage on the glass. An area that Elmhurst will have to improve on as this ball game progresses, but Blue Jays for the most part have been using a smaller lineup, and that changes now with the return of pretty much the starting 5. In fact, it is the starting 5 for Elmhurst. Coleman, Wiest, Schwebke, Ackerman, and Nixon. How do the Redmen respond? Valentine tosses it up, and Coleman had the rebound. It's out of bounds off of Case. Carthage ball. Out comes Wiest. Patience for Elmhurst. 15 on the shot. Schwebke to Wiest. Coleman driving baseline, spinning, falling away. Short. Controlling his lead for Carthage. Seven minutes left. Olson drew a crowd. And a whistle. 7th team foul on Elmhurst. Bonus time for Carthage. Shooter will be Miles Olson. 6 of 6 from there this season. First miss. It's Nixon scooping for Elmhurst. Maybe just a little bit of time for Elmhurst to get their feet underneath here at home. Kind of a different feeling as a ranked squad for the first time since 08-09. Ackerman, three-pointer, nope. Lee falling down with a rebound. Able to flip it to one of his teammates. Boy, I can remember that 08-09 season like it was yesterday. They called it the bracket of death as Elmhurst hosted a regional with 3 of the 4 teams in the top 15 at the time. It was Elmhurst against Wisconsin Whitewater in the opener, and Wash U against Lawrence University, who was the only unranked team. Wash U came out of the regional on the way to a second straight national title. Closing in on 6 minutes to go. Here's Schwebke, and he'll toss it in. John Baines, the present Elmhurst head coach, well, he was an assistant for that squad in 08-09. Case for 3. Nowhere near the hole, but an offensive rebound for Valentine. And he'll deliver on the putback. 27-26. Wiest to the hole. Kyle Wiest so strong early for Elmhurst as part of that start today. He now owns 13 first half points. 5 of 7 from the floor. Olsen working his way in. Up high to Lee. Into the corner. Valentine's 3 won't drop. But a foul on Ackerman, closing out on Valentine. And it will be 3 shots upcoming. That's the 3rd foul as well on Ackerman, who picked up 2 very quickly. Valentine 4 points in the contest thus far. Makes good on attempt number 1. He's out of Cary, Illinois. Played in 22 ball games a season ago. Averaged over 8 minutes a night. He's over 10 minutes per contest in the 2014-2015 campaign. Dante Logan is back. Behind him, Ellis Matthews. Peyton Wyatt and Eric Crittenden return for Elmhurst. 2 of 3. It's Crittenden with the rebound as Elmhurst maintains the lead, 29-28. Nixon posting. Crittenden tried to wrap it around. It was defended perfectly by Case. Out of bounds to Carthage. Brad Cruz returns. Very competitive first half of action. 4:20 to go along the baseline. It is Cruz, short. Wiest had it momentarily, lost it, taken away by Ryan Case, who responds. And it's Carthage back in front, 30-29. One of the things about this Elmhurst squad, a tendency to play close contests against the stronger competition, shall we say. You look at some of the non-conference scores and games against tough programs, specifically on the road. Coleman with a backdoor cut, couldn't finish, but Nixon is there, and Nixon heads to the line. Of course, the non-conference loss at Albion, a 4-point win at Adrian, 9-point win at Trine, and a 2-point loss at Augie last week. Will Nixon at the free throw line. Under some directives first. Nixon only 2 points in the first half with 4 rebounds, and now it's Nixon headed to the bench. as it looks like his uniform needs attention as well. .343 to go in a very competitive first half of play. 22nd ranked Elmhurst taking on Carthage. Will Nixon began his college career at Wayne State College in Nebraska. He's a junior for Elmhurst. Appeared in 11 ball games in the 2012-2013 season. And here he is at the line. Draws iron. Will Nixon 64% from the free throw line. He has visited 56 times, the second most on the squad. Some solid minutes from Kiston Lee. A nice round of applause as he returns to the Carthage bench. Back on is Mike Stevenson in his place. Nixon manages to split, tying the score. Logan, wraparound pass into the corner, and well short on the three. But an offensive rebound for the Redmen. Here's kind of a quick shot there. He'll bounce it to Stevenson. And a lot of time to work. Dribbling in is Matthews, and he connects. Boy, he's not afraid to shoot. It isn't as though Elmhurst is defending him on the perimeter. You would almost think that they're bad shots, but hey, they're dropping in, so Carthage will take those points, 32-30. I think the third time here in the first half that Matthews has delivered. Crittenden with a left-hand follow. Nope. And then in frustration, perhaps, he runs into Matthews. Tried to follow his shot and dropped the shoulder. Team foul number 9 with 2:43 left in this opening half of action. Ellis Matthews shooting a pair. Actually, it's 1 and 1 right here. And he missed. I jinxed him. Shame on me. Schwebke had it knocked away. And much debate on the Carthage sideline as Mike Stevenson whistled for foul number 2. And it'll be Schwebke at the line for Elmhurst. 6 starts for Schwebke this year. Out comes a towel to clean up the floor. That'll allow Kiston Lee to return. Schwebke began his college career at Rock Valley College, second team junior college All-American, averaging 16 points a contest. And then went to Illinois State, where he did not play, but has returned to play for the Blue Jays. Logan crisscrossing, backing up, working on McLaughlin and throwing it away. Stays with Carthage as Payonk and Wyatt could not corral. And another hand up from Payonk. Shot clock at 6. And Matthews unable to bank it home. Kiston Lee pleading his case, but the official on top of the play signaling Elmhurst ball. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. A 2-point Carthage lead. Weiss looks to change it. Draws iron, but an offensive rebound for McLaughlin. And a quick turnover with 100 seconds to go in the half. Three-pointer from Case. And long rebound for McLaughlin. McLaughlin surrounded, lost the ball, turnover. Into the Carthage bench. And a quick sub as Chris Perilli comes on. Tight throughout most of the first. Carthage presently by 2. Logan fakes. Under a minute. Down to 10, a screen for Logan. To the corner, Matthews open. Friendly roll did not help. .30 seconds left. About a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and Weiss tied up. Arrow stays with Elmhurst, 14 to work with. Some good defense by Logan. Carthage has been defending pretty well here in the first half. Although you look at the numbers and you see both teams close to 50% from the floor. Officials sorting it out. Schwebke wanted some help. Perilli will come get the ball. Down to 5. Perilli with a long 2. That was blocked. The arm of Case. 10 seconds left. Case in transition has this one hit off the iron. And stepping in is Matthews for 3. No good, and we have reached the half. 32-30 Carthage in front. Elmhurst, ranked for the first time since 2008-2009, finds themselves trailing by a pair at the intermission in what was a very even opening 20 minutes of play. We'll have statistics and more coming your way in a touch. You're watching Blue Jay TV.
I was born and raised in Taiwan and moved here 9 years ago. I'm always the type of person that wants to hang out with other people and meet new people. And because the Elmhurst environment, everyone is so friendly, that just make me feel really comfortable being here. The very first organization I joined was the Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity, and that opened the gate out for me to join other organizations.
Playing college football 4 years is very tough, but it's also very, very rewarding. Through Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Elmhurst College, I think has really helped me grow because, I wasn't the most outgoing guy in the beginning, but as my time went on, just meeting new people, I've kind of stepped out and became, more of a witness in my faith. I think, Fellowship of Christian Athletes has helped that, and I think Elmhurst College has encouraged that.
Elmhurst College definitely helped me grow, as in it made it clear to what I wanted to do. It definitely helped build me as the person that I am now. Lambda Chi also had, a great significance in that, turning me from a young dude to a gentleman and to a man. And Elmhurst College, definitely the campus, the atmosphere, the culture, the teachers here, the community itself, it was huge. And I think without Elmhurst College, I wouldn't be prepared for the real life.
Well, I think something I'm very passionate about is Habitat for Humanity. So we fundraise lots of money to go down to New Orleans and just help rebuild any way we can. Something that the locals there always tell us is just make sure you tell the story and make sure everyone back home knows that it's still not okay. And of course I'm getting more mature and stuff, but I think it's the whole community service aspect of my life that has really changed. A lot of my friends I met through Habitat, the more you're involved in, the more you're going to learn and just get to meet lots of people.
Was born in Elmhurst, moved to Wheaton when I was 3 or 4, and came back here for school. I felt that Elmhurst really did give me a chance in knowing what to expect, and it really broke me out of my shell and got me to know people better and to become more involved in general. I have a much broader view, a much greater respect for what else is out there.
One thing I really appreciate about Elmhurst College is the diversity of mindset, both with the students and with the faculty. I had all these constructs of how the world was supposed to work or how the world did work in my head before I came to Elmhurst and before I attended college. And then slowly as I entered the academic world and the social spheres at Elmhurst, I began to realize the multi-dimensional facets of these spheres and how nothing is really as straightforward as you think it to be when you first enter college. And I think that really helped me expand my worldview. Even though we're all so diverse, there are common threads that we may share in our tradition. You find it and it's there.
My Elmhurst experience, it has helped me already grow hugely as a person and be more aware of myself and my beliefs and my values and what I want to do, what I want to be, where I want to go. And I think that my experience here has put me in touch with a lot of people that can help me get there. Even if it is after I graduate, I feel like they're behind me. So I think that that's really a strength that this school has.
Outside of the classroom, I play for the softball team. I am a member of the J-Lights hip hop dance team. And I'm a member of Black Student Union. I know for sure that BSU is very welcoming to new people of all different kind of backgrounds. BSU has helped me to increase my networking skills a lot. It's a small school that can give you the resources of a big school as well as the individual time that you need that only a small school can give you.
I think that we attract so much attention because of the quality of the education we're getting here. They definitely try to bring the professionalism into the classroom. The faculty are incredible and they're still in the business, which is great for music people. It's nice to take classes and take lessons from teachers that are still performing. You know, music is really a universal language. Being in the performing ensembles was one of the great experiences being here.
Being at Elmhurst definitely makes it easier to get involved if you take the initiative to get involved. When I was a first year, I didn't take that step forward until second semester, and I didn't know what to do with myself. But once I took that step forward, people are so welcoming, and it doesn't matter what you want to get involved in. If you want to, they'll let you. And it's with open arms, and it's really easy to, and no one's going to turn you down. And that's what I liked about it so much, and that's what helped me to expand and broaden my horizons with all my different activities.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots.
32-30, Carthage with the lead at halftime. Tim Calderwood with you on Blue Jay TV. Let's take a look at the numbers. Carthage 12 of 27 from the floor, 44%. Elmhurst 11 of 24, 46%. Both teams knocked down 2 3-pointers. Elmhurst was 2 of 5, Carthage 2 of 8. I will say this, Elmhurst has done a better job of not relying solely on the perimeter game. In fact, today it would have seemed that one of the game plans is to take the ball inside, as they do have a gigantic size advantage over Carthage for the most part today. We've had 2 ties and 4 lead changes. Elmhurst with a 17-16 edge on the glass. It has been very, very close. Largest lead from either side, a 6-point Carthage advantage. Individually, Kyle Wiest, a huge first half for Elmhurst, 13 points. After him, the scoring drops off to 5 from Brandon Schwebke and Peyton Wyatt. On the Carthage side, leading the way, Ellis Matthews with 13 points. And then it drops off to 6 from Sean Valentine off the bench. It'll be Carthage ball to begin the second, as we are ready to get rolling. Quick peek on the Augustana North Central game there at halftime as well. It's Augustana, number 1 in the country, leading at number 9 North Central. 41-34. Glad you're alongside. Second half of fun beginning now. And Stevenson nowhere near the rack. Nixon almost threw it away. A bit of a miscommunication with Coleman, but Elmhurst will settle down. Home whites for Elmhurst, the starting 5 on the floor. It's Coleman for 3. Off to the right. And rebound to Carthage. As I said, Elmhurst didn't really rely on that perimeter attack in the first half. Maybe it's something we'll see here in the second. From the first trip up the floor produced it. Wow. No-look feed from Logan to Van Wyk, and foul. Will send Van Wyk to the stripe. 4 first-half points for Cameron Van Wyk. The 6'7" junior Will Nixon with the foul, his first. And Van Wyk's first is off target. Second on the way. It is good. 3-point Carthage edge, 33-30. Carthage on the road today, visiting Redmen out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. For the time being, the only Wisconsin school in the CCIW. Carroll will rejoin the league very shortly. Schwebke misses on the 3. Carroll is in Waukesha, Wisconsin. So they, along with Carthage, will be the Wisconsin representatives in the CCIW. Logan backs up, crosses over, skips to the corner. And they'll pick up the ball and reset. Logan working on Coleman. Stepping back in the corner, Cruz for 3. Brad Cruz. 5 points, and Carthage matches the largest lead today, 36-30. Nixon in the paint to the hole, up and in. Big bucket for Will Nixon, only 4 first-half points. On the drive, Stevenson wraps it around to Van Wyk, and he'll strike. Elmhurst needs to come up with some stops on the defensive end. That's through the hands of Nixon, but he's held up. Foul on Van Wyk, his third. First of the second half on Carthage. Stays with Elmhurst, much to the chagrin of Ellis Matthews. And some loud noises coming from the Carthage bench as well. Will Nixon is blocked, but makes good on his second attempt. Stick-to-itiveness from Will Nixon. And Logan threw it away. Cruz wasn't quite ready in that Carthage bench. And a push. Judge for yourself as Schwebke hits the deck. Carthage led by 2 at the half. Currently a 4-point lead and a turnover. And Cruz held up. And now a lot of late activity will draw a whistle. A technical foul is going to be called here. And it would certainly appear as though it's against the Blue Jays based off of the Carthage reaction. The officials will discuss. And head over to the scorer's table to relay exactly what occurred underneath the basket. Eric Leonard and Peyton Wyatt are at the scorer's table for Elmhurst. Wiest hit with a personal and a technical. See if you can pick it up again underneath the basket. Tied up with Cruz, and that little bit of a shove appeared to draw the technical. Just caught a bit of it as it was backing away out of your screen. It's Matthews to shoot the 2 technicals. And now your shooter is Stevenson on the regular foul, the common foul. Actually, He will not be shooting. He headed to the line as though he was going to shoot, but the foul occurred before the shot. This could be a big turning point in the contest. Bosco Jurakovic stalking the sideline. Stevenson. And now he's at the line. Boy, Carthage did not draw a lot of attention in the non-conference schedule. Redmen with a 4-6 showing in non-conference play. Milliken was 5-6. Those are the only two teams to enter the conference slate with losing records. 41-34. And they lost Reese Hirth as well, who's the leading scorer for the squad. But you wouldn't know it from watching the Redmen on the floor tonight at Elmhurst, who just entered the D3Hoops.com top 25. And Wyatt on the floor. Brad Cruz with a foul, his first. Nixon, strong take, too strong in fact. And Van Wyk had the rebound knocked away because of a foul from Nixon. The backpedaling Stevenson really caused the obstruction there, forcing the miss. 5 fouls now on Elmhurst. And a three-pointer would put Carthage up by double digits. Leonard on Logan. Logan retreats towards the Elmhurst logo. Of course, Elmhurst with a new logo within the last month or so. You see it on your screen, that shield with the EC. And a timeout for Elmhurst. We're early in the second half, but things unraveling for the nationally ranked Blue Jays here at home, trailing 41-34. It is a full timeout, and as such, we will step aside. 16:24 to play in this second half. Carthage by 7 on Blue Jay TV. Tim Calderwood from R.A. Faginal Hall in Elmhurst, Illinois. Elmhurst College basketball on Blue Jay TV. Mike Stevenson shooting for Carthage. And no good on his first attempt. 4 points for Stevenson tonight. He is 1 of 3 now from the free throw line. Mike Stevenson out of Burlington, Wisconsin, couldn't finish on either. Down 7, Elmhurst needs points. Nixon lost it momentarily. Now Crittenden decides to take. Crittenden switches hands and it's not there. But Schwebke underneath to provide a second opportunity. Inside of 10. Crittenden on the baseline draws the foul. Charge it to Brad Cruz. That is his second. And Eric Crittenden visiting the line for Elmhurst. The junior from Crete, Illinois, who attended Marian Catholic, South Suburban Chicago Heights. Crittenden, a 2-year letter winner for Elmhurst. 21 appearances last year. (41-36) with 15:55 to go. Carthage has led by as many as 7 here in the second half, which is the largest lead from either side tonight. Lee decides to fire in and out. Nixon, good position on Van Wyck. Here's Wyatt looking to press the issue. Around a screen, has it knocked away from behind. Van Wyck reached out. 15:32 to go in the ball game. Wyatt between the rings. Crittenden posting up on Lee. Jump stop, turnaround, short. Nixon, offensive rebound. And that'll draw the applause of the Elmhurst faithful. Quite an effort by Will Nixon, really only with one arm to corral the rebound. And 2 shots coming. Slowly chipping away. 7 points for Nixon today to go along with 10 rebounds. And a warning has been issued to Carthage head coach Bosko Jurakovic to stay in the coaching box. He will pull his chair to the side and pop a squat. A very unhappy man. Nixon connects. This to bring Elmhurst within 3. He does. 41-38. Big defensive sequence coming here for Elmhurst. Lee and Crittenden involved in a testy exchange. Lee cuts towards the rack. Van Wyck picked up his dribble. Now Lee has it in the corner. Driving baseline, over the top of Crittenden, able to float it home. Big bucket for Carthage. The offense had gone silent for a while. Kiston Lee with some strong first half minutes. Schwebke to the hole, back to her cut. Nixon read it perfectly. Get a look at the cut to the hole. All alone, Brandon Schwebke. And now Matthews floats home the long one. Boy, his shots have a tendency to just stay up and float for an eternity. But they're dropping. How about Elmhurst again in transition? Leonard with a racket. 45-42, the crowd getting into it here at R.A. Faginal Hall. Logan working on Leonard. Now it's Cruz. Back to Logan. Up high, Cruz is all alone. His three-pointer is money. And a timeout for Carthage. A 30-second timeout. We will keep it here during this stoppage. Peek in on Augie in North Central. Augustana pulling away in the second half at North Central. Gregory Arena, not an easy place to play. Exchanging text messages with a couple of friends who are at the contest tonight, saying it is a packed house at North Central, as you would expect with a pair of top 10 teams squaring off. (48-42), Carthage on top. There's Just over 13 minutes to play in Naperville with North Central trailing Augustana 55-42. That was a 7-point game at the half. We have 14:02 to go here, and Bosco Jurakovic using the timeout to set up the press. Lead a face guard Crittenden. And the official talking to Kiston Lee before he hands the ball off. Wyatt beats it easily, and he'll run the point. Crittenden on the move. Offensive foul. Be the judge. Third foul on Crittenden. And a key turnover. Both teams have really been taking care of the basketball. It's the 10th Elmhurst turnover compared to 8 for Carthage. Logan has it poked away. Cruz retreats. 20 to work with for the Redmen. Here's Matthews, swatted. Chasing it down. Shot clock sitting on 7. Lee leans in. Short. Long rebound, Wyatt. Look to run, bounce for Leonard, and Elmhurst will slow down. Now Schwebke has it knocked away in a reach. Dante Logan with his second foul. Wyatt, the trigger man, spots Crittenden. Over the top of 3 defenders. Misfires, Lee with a rebound. Carthage continue to lead by 6. Logan slowing down, receiving directives from the Carthage bench. Matthews spinning. Matthews driving. Matthews shooting. Crittenden in the corner for Elmhurst. Crittenden trying to go coast to coast. No, but he has a second opportunity underneath. And a foul. What an effort by Eric Crittenden. The 6'7" junior with the rebound, and then showed he has some wheels as well in transition, utilizing his size for the second opportunity, which will plant him firmly at the free throw line with 12:36 to play in this one. No good on attempt number 1. Crittenden was 4 of 4 from there today. Elmhurst as a team 10 of 12 at the stripe. Kyle Wiest is back. And a split for Crittenden, 48-43. Mike Kelson on for Carthage. Lob for Van Wyk, too tall. Crittenden had it, collided with Leonard. Elmhurst recovers. Crittenden knocked on his way to the hole. He split moments ago. Bonus time for Eric Crittenden. Five points for Crittenden, all at the free throw line. Kiston Lee, the guilty party, foul number 2. That's perfect for Crittenden. 48-44, slowly. The 22nd ranked Blue Jays chipping away. Really, Carthage has led for most of this ball game. From, I would say, about 6 or 7 minutes left in the first half to where we are right now. It's been as large as 7. Was 2 at the break. Kelson for 3. And Wiest is hurt. On his hands and knees, rolling and holding his left knee. Here's a look at the three from Kelson. Sophomore from Bloomingdale, Illinois. A DuPage County product out of Glenbard East High School. One of two DuPage County players on the squad. Scott McNellis out of Downers Grove, the other. You look down the Carthage roster, pretty solid mix of Illinois and Wisconsin players. Cameron Van Wyk is the exception. He's out of the Netherlands. This would be a big win for Carthage. Right after Elmhurst entered the top 25, and a lot of people are saying that Elmhurst thrusting themselves into the middle of the conference race. Now, if you've been following Blue Jay TV throughout the season, Elmhurst has continued to impress and just pile up wins. And you had to figure it was only a matter of time before national voters would take notice. Now, in interest of full disclosure, I am a national voter, and Elmhurst ranked 22nd. I will say this, I do not have the Blue Jays in my top 25 yet. And I, of course, get a chance to see them frequently. Leonard into the corner for Ackerman, spotting 4-3. Bryant Ackerman with his first bucket tonight. A huge point. And it's 51-48. Answering the three on the other end. Logan surrounded. Now it's Lee with a double team. Tried to toss it up, left it short. 11 minutes to go. Payon with the floater. 51-50. Bosco Jurakovic putting up his hand, telling his team to slow it down. They've done a good job of slowing the tempo today. Keep in mind, Elmhurst has certainly showed the ability to win in track meets as well as grinded out affairs. Although they lost a grinded out contest against Augie last week, 58-56. But there have been a lot of contests in which Elmhurst has been able to use many different paces. Air ball for Lee with a shot clock ticking down. A bucket puts Elmhurst in front. Ackerman to the hole, and he'll have a chance to hand Elmhurst the lead. You've seen a lot of this. Ball in the hands of Elmhurst and just saying, all right, catch me if you can. Bryant Ackerman shooting free throws. First visit today, he's a 73% shooter and delivers. Ackerman, a junior from Indiana, mainly a reserve last season, hit 26 threes. He's been a key player on this Elmhurst squad in each of his years on campus. And he puts Elmhurst ahead, 52-51. Carthage has led for almost 20 minutes of the contest. But as we hit the midpoint of the second, it's Elmhurst by a point. Logan trying to change that, and it's Will Nixon elevating. Good help defense to assist Coleman. 10 minutes even left. Into the corner, nailing the J. Mike Kelson. 5 points all in the second half for Kelson. Carthage back in front. Here's Nixon trying to do it himself. A lot of whistles as the fouls begin to accumulate. That's the 10th on Carthage, which means 2 free throws for Elmhurst every time Carthage fouls the rest of the way. Will Nixon evens it. 10 points, 10 rebounds for Nixon, another double-double. averaging nearly 6 rebounds per ball game, leading Elmhurst in that department. And it's a 54-53 lead for the Blue Jays. Return meeting between these squads is on February 4th in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Chasing down a loose ball is Case. Valentine on the move with a left hand, spots Case. Reserve unit for Carthage for the most part, minus Stevenson and Logan, who has the ball in his hands. Logan creating, and a block on Payonk. First on Payonk, team's 8th. Dante Logan, a senior. He, along with Cameron Van Wyck and Kiston Lee, the seniors active for Carthage tonight. Logan limited to only 2 points, make it 3, but he is the floor general. 9 assists this evening. Redmen haven't needed him to shoot. They've just needed him to do what he's been so successful at tonight, which is running the offense. And he makes it 55-54 Carthage. Could we be in for a finish similar to last week against Augustana? Ackerman for 3. Bingo! 57-55. A screen opened him up. Logan pivots. Kelson backs up. Under 10. Logan angles left, flips it back. Stevenson's three-pointer is money. Wow. One after the other. Anything you can do, I can do better. It's Carthage +1, 58-57. And for Carthage, 6 3-pointers tonight on 12 tries, 50% from the floor. Ackerman again to answer. Draws iron here, but the long rebound controlled by Schwebke. Crittenden tried to get his defender to bite, dribbles in, and a pretty finish. Elmhurst back in front. Back and forth we go. Valentine holding the ball with about 4 on the count, decided to move. Valentine knocked down, and he hit it. And Eric Crittenden upset with himself. Somebody missed a shot, my goodness. Even when you take a hit like that. Valentine sitting on 9 points to make it 10. He does. (62-59). Carthage by 3. A tight affair tonight. Nixon back to Coleman. Crittenden in the corner. Around the arc we go. Coleman for 3. No dice. And it's Valentine with position for Carthage. Inside of 7 to play. Chance for a little separation here for Carthage. Logan to Stevenson for 3. Long rebound, swatted around. Controlled by Logan. He'll bounce it into the post. Case wraps it around to Valentine. And he dribbles it off his foot, but Carthage retains. Bosko Jurakovic telling his team to settle down. Six minutes even. Logan flips it into the corner. Kelson has it knocked away. Schwebke on the race. Schwebke had it momentarily and then threw it away. And the officials will talk. The shot clock reset. And the officials are going to discuss whether or not Brandon Schwebke actually possessed the basketball. If he did, it would be a reset. If not, the officials need to talk about where to put that clock specifically. If you look up top, it was ticking down inside of 10 seconds. When Schwebke controlled, it was at 3. Now, the officials do not have the vantage point that we do on the replays. Although I have seen it once before where officials have asked to see the monitor, but that's with us sitting courtside. And the determination is that, indeed, Schwebke possessed the basketball. Timeout Carthage with 5:47 remaining in this one. The Red Men trying to upset Elmhurst on the road, leading by 3. 62-59 our count on Blue Jay TV. Five on the floor for Carthage, leading 62-59. Mike Stevenson, Dante Logan, Mike Kelson, Ryan Case, and Sean Valentine for Elmhurst. Kyle Wiest returns. He's flanked by Bryant Ackerman, Peyton Wyatt, Will Nixon, and Eric Crittenden. There's Case working on Nixon. Swatted away. Carthage trying to retain. The Red Men able to hold on. No fresh shot clock, though. A Logan and a carry. Both teams have really taken care of the basketball today. That's just the 11th Carthage turnover. We're down to 5:22 left. A 3 could tie it for Elmhurst. Next foul will put Carthage in the super bonus. Elmhurst is already there. And we should have 2 free throws upcoming for the Blue Jays. Indeed. Came away from the basketball. Dante Logan whistled. Didn't see a whole lot on that replay. Brian Ackerman shooting for Elmhurst. Splashes through. 9 points for Ackerman, 3 of those at the line. He's a 73% free throw shooter this season. On comes Eric Leonard. Did not play in the first, but has been very active here in the second. 12 have taken to the floor for Elmhurst tonight. 1-point game as Ackerman converts on both. A lot of basketball to go, 5 minutes. Case Hands it off to Stevenson. Back to Valentine at the turn for three. Wowzers. How about Carthage in the second half from three-point range? 8 makes in the contest after hitting only 2 of 3 in the first half. The Carthage squad is 8 of 15 for the ball game, which means 6 of 9 here in the second. Ryan Case with the second foul. And Will Nixon visiting the stripe. A lot of free throws here in the second half. 22 total for Elmhurst, 21 for Carthage. We want to talk about a potential difference maker in the ball game. Carthage just 13 of 21. Elmhurst now 19 of 23. And the second splashes through. So a 3-point lead for the Redmen. 65-62 with 4.5 to go. To the hole, Chelson swatted away. Will Nixon elevates again. What a defensive effort for Nixon, his third swat of the night. Eric Crittenden owns 3 blocks as well. And a foul underneath the basket. Will Nixon, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. Most of his scoring has come at the stripe where he is 6 of 8. First free throw good. North Central slowly whittling away at the deficit in the second half with just over 4 minutes left in Naperville. The 9th-ranked Cardinals trailing the top-ranked Augustana College Vikings 66-58. Nixon can bring Elmhurst to within 1. He does. Now down to 4 minutes. Matthews picks up the dribble. Valentine spotting Van Wyck from outside the lane. No luck there. Crittenden elevating for the board. Elmhurst looking for the lead. Crittenden isolated. Surrounded. Dribbles away. Now he's trapped. Nixon will assist. Shot at 15. Weiss down Broadway. Back out to Ackerman for the lead. In and out. One and done for Elmhurst on the offensive end. Valentine with the board. 31-25, Elmhurst with an edge on the glass, but you can credit Carthage with hanging around, a big reason why the Redmen have been able to lead for most of the game. Nixon again. His 4th block of the game. Here's Weiss, and Elmhurst leads. 66-65. Weiss just taking it all by himself. And a good adjustment to strike. Quick 3 from Matthews. That was way too quick of a shot. It's one and done as Ackerman comes away. .225 left. John Baines calling for a timeout, and it's a 30-second stoppage. 2 timeouts left for Elmhurst, 3 for Carthage as we look at your game reset with 2:22 to play. 22nd ranked Elmhurst up a point, 66-65. Next foul puts Carthage in the bonus situation, the super bonus. Here again is Weiss giving Elmhurst the advantage. 2:22 to play. A 1-point Elmhurst lead. Elmhurst with the ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Blue Jays as well. Trying to survive a stiff challenge from Carthage here at home. Logan all over Leonard defensively. Weiss with the shot clock winding down, lost it. The takeaway to Stevenson. Less than 2 minutes left. Stevenson backing his way in. Crittenden denies him. Off the window, too strong. How about the elevation of Kyle Weiss? Weiss to the hole. And his jersey was held. Kyle Weiss very busy to start for Elmhurst. 13 first half points. Just 2 here in the second, but those 2 came moments ago to hand Elmhurst the advantage. He is 2 of 2 at the line tonight. Shooting 2. And a 2-point game. 2-year letter winner for the Blue Jays. Started 22 contests a season ago. He's out of Edinburgh, Indiana. (68-65). Brad Cruz returns for Carthage. Bosco Jurakovic giving the official under the basket an earful. Denied on the attempt to tie. Weiss with the shot block. He scored the last 3 for Elmhurst, and he comes up with a defensive play as well. Now it's Stevenson to tie. Falling away. Van Wyk tried to keep the rebound alive. It is still loose on the ground, and Stevenson controls. Timeout, Carthage. The scramble for the ball and a timeout as Carthage hangs on, trailing by 3 with $1:13 to go. A full timeout means we break as well. You're watching Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst returning to the top 25 for the first time since the 2008-2009 season. The student support rising to their feet. A 3-point Elmhurst lead at 68-65. The rest of the crowd starts to take notice and follow suit. With $1:13 remaining, a 35-second shot clock for Carthage. Following the timeout on a loose ball. Logan steadying. Logan spinning in the lane, tosses it home, and he is fouled. Carthage can tie. Dante Logan has done it on the offensive end by distributing the basketball. 10 assists. And now he has a chance to potentially net his 7th point of the night and even the score. And he does. $1:02 left. Crittenden. Out of control. Slows it up. Wiest calling out the play. Ackerman wants motion his way. Wyatt to Crittenden. Shot clock inside of 10. Spin move and a travel. That's going to give Carthage an opportunity with the shot clock off. We'll see. 2 timeouts available. You would think the Redmen hold for 1, which would mean either overtime or a road win. Leonard is on Logan to force the count. John Baines calls out the defensive alignment from the Elmhurst sideline. Inside of 10. Logan to the corner. Driving is Cruz. Off the glass and in with 2.7. Timeout Elmhurst. The Redmen are just under 3 seconds away from stealing a win on the road. Great take by Brad Cruz to the hole. And what can you draw up if you're John Baines? A timeout with 2.7 on the clock. A 30-second timeout. Elmhurst with 1 more available. The bucket from Brad Cruz with 2.7 to go. And the Redmen on the verge of spoiling Elmhurst's return to the top 25. It's into Wiest. To the corner, knocked out of bounds as time expires. Is there any time left? The horn sounded and the officials will get together. Bosco Jurikovic a little perplexed for Carthage. The officials talking. Well, you need .3 for Elmhurst to have a chance. They'll put .1. There's no way it can happen. Timeout. You need to volleyball a shot or lob it to the hole and hope that someone punches it in. We have 1/10 of a second remaining, and Carthage on the road in position to take a big one from Elmhurst. This has been a surprise tonight. A year ago, each home team won in the series between Carthage and Elmhurst. Now the Redmen trying to hand Elmhurst loss number 1 at home this year. It would drop the Blue Jays to 2-2 in the CCIW. All of this following a basket with 2.7 seconds left from the freshman Brad Cruz on a take to the hole. .1 is all that remains. Wiest lobs it, and it's off the window. Ball game over. Wyatt hit the shot, but it was after the horn sounded, and Carthage upsets Elmhurst. The Blue Jays return to the top 25 for the first time since the 2008-2009 campaign and suffer a 70-68 loss at home to Carthage. On a bucket from Brad Cruz in the closing seconds. Wasn't sure if the Redmen would hold for the final shot or not, or if they would even take a timeout. They held for the final shot, did not take a timeout. Brad Cruz drove the baseline, and the Redmen steal a 70-68 decision. Carthage 6-8 on the year, now 2-2 in the conference. Elmhurst dropping to 12-3. The Blue Jays are also 2-2. Our next contest here on Blue Jay TV comes your way next week. We will have a Wednesday night women's affair between Elmhurst and North Park. That's all tonight, where Carthage records a 70-68 win over Elmhurst from R.A. Fagettle Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. I'm Tim Calderwood. For our entire Blue Jay TV crew, thanks for watching.